Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you the Fire Paladin. It is another bow build, you've seen that right. After the Venom Bosun and the Enchantress with a bow or crossbow, we are now looking into Holy Fire Paladin and what he can do with a Demon Machine. Of course, you can also go with a Kuku Shikaku, but Demon Machine has a high attack speed on the base and is generally very nice with the 66% piercing attack. So let's get into the skills first, shall we? The main build is 20 into Holy Fire and all its synergies. So we want to put, where is it? 20 into Resist Fire, 20 into Salvation. And that's it. There's your build. You don't need anything else. You don't need any combat skills. I mean, I put in 1 point into charge, just to charge around, but funny enough, you cannot charge with a bow in hand because it's like an attack, and then he will just range attack, but you can weapon swap and then charge. So I opted to put in 20 points into Vigor because why not? Just to run around faster. I guess there is an argument for like something like Redemption if you want to do that, or Meditation or whatever if you want to aura swap. But you're gonna pretty much always run Holy Fire. So yeah, into the gear Demon Machine, as I already mentioned, I got the 5/5 Fire Fest in here because I have a high lots. We need like I think 6% IS or something to get the highest frames per attack, which is 11. And after that, yeah, we're pretty much set. So I have a Flickering Flame. You can also maybe put 3 facets into a 3 open socket helmet, but the Flickering Flame also gives you a lot of fire resist with the resist fire aura, which is nice because we are running a Thunder Charm and our fire resist would otherwise be garbage. So as for the armor, I have 4 open socketed 4 faceted socketed armor because it's awesome. I mean, it has everything we want. You could also run like an Ormus Robes, for example, which also gives 20% fire skill damage if you have the fast in and -5 to enemy fire resist. But other than that, like the rest of the stats don't really matter. So why not just put 4 facets in an armor? There's something like Black Hades that has 3 open sockets, is unique and has a little bit damage to demons, but we don't really care about that. Moving on, Elder's Advance, just for more fire resist. You can put any other boots depending on your resistances. I guess Tri-Res boots would be the best here because we are lacking a bit resistances. BK Ring for the +1 to skills, a bit of Lifestone per hit, but again, you could just go with maybe a Stone of Jordan or maybe an 11 All-Res ring. Razor Tail for the 33% piercing attack, which gives us then 100% piercing, which is very, very nice. Raven Frost for the Can't Be Frozen and a bit of attack rating, and Mage Fist because it gives another +2 fire skills, and also 1 to 6 fire damage, which adds up. Isn't that nice? Flame Rift I already mentioned, and then we have offensive auras. I do wonder though if small charms with added fire damage would be better. Haven't tested that quite yet. If anybody tested that yet, then please leave me a comment. And then for small jumps, just 11% resist small jumps to stack on resistances. Annie and Torch, they're both like perfect. He rated it, which I mean, a Paladin Torch is like super expensive, so you might want to alleviate this lack of resistances then by maybe dropping an offensive charm. It won't like do a lot in terms of damage, won't detriment your damage that much, so it's fine. Stats, I guess. Yeah, enough strength to equip the gear, which is 80, I guess. I think I put in more points. I mean, yeah, here it's 111. And then Dex, I put in like 150 just to get some attack rating going. Demon Machine only needs 95, so your best guess, whatever you think is appropriate for your playstyle. Because I already I also have an Iron Wolf here with enchant. Attack rating is not that much of an issue, but if you don't run any enchant, then attack rating is gonna be a problem. Rest into vitality, of course, and then moving on to the Iron Wolf here, Act 3 Merc with like 6 facets here, but you can also run a Spirit Sword. I mean, this is not like mandatory, it just ups the damage a bit more, but not like super high. And I'm not even sure if it doubles the damage also, like for the cast and for the hit if it comes from a mercenary. I'm not very sure on that. I think not, because I'm not wearing this, so this might not be entirely necessary. And then flickering frame for him too, which boosts up again enchant, which is nice. And then a lidless, because he is probably too weak to, yeah, he's too weak to wear a spirit shield. I guess if he's level 92, he might become 1 more point in strength, and you can give him an ethereal spirit, an ethereal monarch. So there you go, then you can give him a spirit shield. And then almost ropes with +3 to enchant, and also a facet, of course. Why not? So this is it in terms of stats and gear. Of course, CT8 and spirit to boost ourselves up a bit. And again, of course, it's a bit ridiculous, like perfect gear. It doesn't have to be perfect, especially if you go like P1. It doesn't have to be perfect. But let's get into some gameplay here. Buff up with CTA, and of course use a little bit of vigor to move around faster. And pit lords, you can see they get a lot of damage despite they are normally immune to fire, so they have still a high fire resist. So this works really well. It's kind of awesome. And now you can see we have around 9,500 attack rating, which is enough, like with the enchant buff. And our damage is around like 8k, which is just great. And we still have 10 skills to just put somewhere. I just don't know where I want to put them. And yeah, that's working really, really great. And we have where's our plus fire damage? We have plus 25% fire damage and minus 40 to enemy fire resist. And so that's why we can deal with fire immunes pretty nicely. The only thing really that's lacking, some of them just die from the holy fire aura damage. That's kind of funny. The only thing that's really lacking is Enigma. So teleport, but I guess you could just like use this here and lose like 20% of minus rest to enemies and 20% of damage. If you're going P1, then it would be perfectly fine, I guess. So we can also pump this up a bit. Let's go to players 5 and see how it goes. Those already spawn on P1, of course. This might be P5, not sure. Let's check here. They should be P5, yeah. And I think it's still very, very good. Especially since we are a ranged class now. Yeah, of course, Venom Lords have a lot of HP and they still have about like 50% fire res on that gear that I'm running. And it can be hard like to navigate because we are kind of squishy. So Chaos Sanctuary might not be the best place to farm, especially in this narrow corner here. That's kind of bad, and since we don't have teleport. But this is a great character to farm cow level with, and I will show you this in a second. Just need to get the lag real quick, which of course adds to your run times if you're doing this without teleport. First look for the road and the TP here is usually alongside the road somewhere. Like here you can see the road, and if you're looking for the stones, then they should be close to the road somewhere. So look for the road first and then walk down the road and look for the stones. Not even sure if it's my... I was thinking right now my Holy Fire does the most damage, but it should be our Explosive Gods. I am overloaded. So let's check out the cow level. Hello. And we are still on players 5. The cows also tend to have a lot of HP, but they don't have like the highest resistances if you have some lower res gear. So actually, it's not bad. I think one thing that is missing is like some kind of holy freeze effect, and I would say if you go like Act 2 Mercenary with like an Infinity, which is also like a pretty good option, you need to maybe get some attack rating, but you can also get him like holy freeze. Might be better going a bit defensive, but as you can see, like for the most part, they're absolutely fine. Step away a bit. And let's go to player 1 again. This was players 5, which wasn't bad. I think they are still players 5 here. There we go. This was the counting. They should be players 1. Yep. As you can see, pretty good kill speed, considering we don't have an affinity. And would be interesting to see if the dragon armor is enough, so you don't need to run holy fire yourself. But we do have like 36 in holy fire. We cannot run a dragon shield, of course, because we are running a ranged weapon, which is two-handed. And then just don't kill me. Just for trying it out, let's go to players 8. These are still players 1, I guess. I really do like just the option to be like this ranged character, and this is one thing I will be missing, I guess, from like Diablo 4. Because as far as it stands right now, it seems like ranged weapons are limited to like ranged character classes, which is kind of a shame. Then you cannot tinker around like this. Guys, this is P8. This is not bad at all. Let's hurt him a bit and then actually better than I expected on P8. Oh, they have me surrounded. Hey, they should take some hits on P8. But yeah, that's about it. Just this showcase of a holy fire Bodin, or fire Bodin. And I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe gave you some inspiration on trying out something new, something different. Of course, this is not God tier, it's not S tier, but it's fun. It is cool because you are a ranged paladin ready for battle. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, then please subscribe because there will be more of it, and like this video. Until next time, good luck, have fun, and goodbye.